Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Welcome to our August 21st, 2025 Special Magistrate hearing for the Building Division. Thank you. If there's anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Yes. Thank you. You all may be seated. At this time, please silence all of your devices. Our first case. Also, I wanted to note, please try to lower your voice as much as possible when you're speaking, because we're being recorded and every sound picks up on the recording. Also, if you're trying to speak with your inspector after your case has been heard, you'd have to meet him or her out in the hallway. Thank you. Our first case, Chief Martinez, property on page 27, property address 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner Thor Gallery at Beach Place LLC, in care of Ryan LLC, Davina Tavares. Case number BE 23090143. This case was first heard on 4/18/24. To comply by 5/30/24. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $26,400, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chief Martino representing the city. Case and address as read. The case is not in compliance. I'm going to allow the respondent to speak.
Stephen Tilbrook with Ackerman, representing the property owner. We have been working with the inspector. We're very close to getting our final inspection and the paperwork submitted. We think it'll be done within 30 days. We asked for 30-day continuance, but they're seeking to impose fines, so we're not going to fight that. We'll deal with the fines later.
Yeah, I explained to them as soon as they get the final revised report, they can submit it, and right away we comply the case, and then they can apply for a lien amnesty.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to impose the fines then. Okay, so what do we do about the fines? Will just continue to run then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll impose the fines. They'll continue to run. I mean,
That's until we get our compliance determination, and then they'll stop at that point.
Yes, the fines will stop as soon as the case is complied. If it's complied within 30 days, the fines will stop, and then you'll be complied, so you'll be eligible for amnesty.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I think our next case maybe as well.
Our next case is on page 7. It's a new business case. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard. Owner Thor Gallery A, Beach Place LLC, in care of Ryan LLC, Davina Tavares. Case number BE 25050029. Notice delivered via personal service on 5/20/25. Notice posted at 1 East Route Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280B, building parts not maintained for stucco along sections of the exterior walls on the south side of the property, delaminating and requires repair. The stucco ceiling above the ground floor walkway on the south side of the building is in disrepair. Case was created May 6, 2025. Inspection report mailed May 7, 2025. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. Respondent is here to speak.
Okay. Counsel, please state your name for the record again.
Good morning. Stephen Tilbrook with Ackerman. We were working with the inspector. We're comfortable with the additional time to achieve compliance.
Okay, so ordered. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
119. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 23. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 6201 Bay Club Drive. One second. Yes, 6201 Bay Club Drive. Owner, Bay Colony Club Condo Inc. Case number BE 2402-0159. This case was first heard on 4/18/24 to comply by 6/20/24. Two sections not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $11,900, which continues to accrue. There are 4 extensions noted.
Alexander Abores, Building Inspector. In case number, property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280C. Inside and outside stairways, porches, balconies, hallways, corridors, and all appurtenances thereto shall be maintained in a safe condition and capable of supporting the load set in the forth in the building code. Approximately 7 balconies had concealed deterioration to the structural steel support members, as per engineer letter dated December 17, 2023. Property was also cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280D. All parts and areas subject to the deterioration shall be properly maintained and suitably protected from the element. There was water intrusion due to deterioration of the exterior wall covering that protects the structural steel members supports that are concealed inside the balconies. The case is not in compliance, and respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Robert Cole.
Why is this taking so long?
Well, all the work has been completed since, all the work has been completed since, I believe, the so he is MIA. He's an older gentleman. We're told that he's in the hospital. He's not responding to any of our emails, letters, phone calls, and we cannot get him to give us the letter that we need. And I spoke with the inspector prior to the hearing here, and we're going to have to bring in another engineer to take this gentleman's place because he's unresponsive.
Okay.
So that's the issue.
There's no other engineer working for the same company?
No, this gentleman has, it's 11 balconies that we had to do some structural work on, and he was involved from day one. So
Okay.
it was about a year-long project, but that's the issue.
Okay. All right. Any objection to a further extension?
The city at this time does not support any additional extensions, only because looking back at the record, we've supported 4 extensions. Back in January, we were kind of at this same situation, but I did, when I spoke with the respondent, I explained to them if they get a new engineer, have them, all we need right now, we need a final letter of completion stating that all the balconies affected balconies have been repaired, and that there's no imminent danger, obviously. But if the engineer or the new engineer provides a letter, as of when we may be able to do something at that point.
Okay.
I guess what the inspector is suggesting, maybe adjust the compliance date if either the current engineer or a subsequent engineer could ascertain that the work was done and completed and certified on an earlier date, like in April.
Right, that's the plan.
Right.
Even our contractor that did the work, that does project with this gentleman, the engineer, same thing. He says, I can't even get him to respond. So we're starting from scratch. The work's been completed for quite a while. It's just, this guy has just drug it on forever,
So what happens if I impose the fine at this point and then they say that the work was completed way back when?
We could come back, Your Honor, for a modification of the order on a different date.
All right. All right. I'm going to impose the fine, but as soon as you get the engineer, make sure you contact them. And if the letter complies and, he can say that the work was done,
right,
whatever, then we'll revisit it.
Okay.
And we can maybe adjust it at that time.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 29, Chief Martinez, property address 6201 Bay Colony Club Drive, owner Bay Colony Club Condo Inc., case number BE 231-00100. This case was first heard on 5/23/24 to comply by 7/4/24. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $22,900, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chief Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. This case was here on April, and before we present a request to be withdrawn because they had several permits, and I thought that it was unfair to impose fines since they had the permits. So
Okay, good.
in April, I stopped them. I withdraw the case. So it's been several months since April requesting a letter that they have to provide me with a revised report or a letter from an engineer requesting an extension. I contacted them, and they haven't been able to provide that. I mean, at this point, there is nothing that I can do. I'm requesting the fines to be imposed. I'm going to allow him to speak.
Okay, please state your name again for the record.
Robert Cole.
Okay, same reason for the engineer.
Yeah, it's the same scenario, I would think. It's
Yeah.
just there was
All right.
11 balconies, so.
So
Yes.
we'll do the same thing and then revisit it when your engineer comes. You also could have, the fines entered and take advantage of the amnesty program, but you
Right.
could figure that out at the time.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Our next case is also on page 29, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 815 Middle River Drive, 308. Owner Dwayne J. Reith, Dina Reith Scotto. This case was first heard on 2/20/25 to comply by 4/24/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines, $2,300. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative cost of $769. Case number BE 2409-0028.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to administrative costs of $769. I will allow a respondent to speak.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Raymond Albell.
Okay, are you in agreement with the reduction of the fine to city costs?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it could even be reduced more. And the reason being is we had a lot of problems with Lauderdale and also the asbestos inspections. It ended up taking us almost 10 weeks to get a response from Broward County, which kind of incurred all those fines. And that was the major issue. We are in compliance now, and everything was filed back in on 10/16, the permits, and here we are.
Okay. Anything else from the city? Okay. Under the circumstances, the violation existed. I think that the reduction to city costs is fair. So we're going to reduce it to city costs of $769. Thank you.
Our next case is a new business case on page 4. Inspector Severian Ionescu, property address 93 Northeast 17th Court, owner Craig Silverman, case number BE 2502-0212. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/25, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 8/7/25. Was that better, Severian?
Good morning, Your Honor. Severian Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to wood balcony structure on a townhome. This case was opened on February 20th of this year. Inspection report was mailed on February 21st of this year. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on March 28th. In response to a complaint regarding roofing work being performed without proper permits, a site inspection was conducted. Upon arrival, the following was observed. The roofing company was present on site. Additional work was identified. Active removal of the wood balcony structure on the second story of this townhome. No valid permits posted or issued for the balcony removal at this time of the inspection. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Craig Silverman.
Okay, Mr. Silverman, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day as requested by the city?
I am.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, on page 23. Property address 3250 Northeast 28th Street. Owner, Les Circle by the Beach Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 2306-0035. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $1,700, which continues to accrue. There are 3 suspensions noted.
Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you. Case number and address is read. Property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280B for equipment room in disrepair. Case is not compliant. Respondent is here to speak.
Yep. Hi, Wendy Darling, property manager. The building is being torn down right now as we speak. The permits were delayed in approval. We started the permit approval process in February of 2025. We weren't told until May of 2025 that we needed an asbestos permit, which then delayed the permitting process even longer. In July, I spoke with John Carpenter. He said all the documents had been submitted, but the city software was not accepting the engineer's stamp. He said they couldn't manually work around it, which delayed the permit approval even more. Literally, if that permit would have been approved like 3 days sooner, that building would be gone. The building is completely empty. All the machinery is taken out. The door is locked, and the bulldozer is there today. And I have pictures of all that.
Okay. All right. Anything else from the city?
Are you requesting an extension?
The building should be down by next week, so
Okay.
yes. If you can give me just a slight extension.
Yeah,
and then-
the city will support an extension. They do have their permits issued. How much time will you think you need to get this done?
That building, he promised me it'd be down by next week, so 2 weeks. Just to be
Then
safe.
you're going to have the final inspection, et cetera. So how about 28 days?
28 days, okay.
City supports a 63-day extension, and
Okay.
then we'll schedule it back for a Massey that give you
Just
time
to-
to complete the permit.
Yeah. Just in case, okay? 73 days, and we'll suspend the fines during that time.
Okay, if I get,
63 days, sorry.
if we get it done sooner, do you want me to call Alexander? And
Yeah.
awesome, thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Our next case is on page 21. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 511 East Broward Boulevard. Owner West Pavilion Limited. Case number BE 2308-0329. This case was first heard on 2/15/24. To comply by 3/21/24. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $11,100. There are 4 suspensions noted.
Good morning. Inspector Saragusti on behalf of the city presenting the case as read. The case is complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record. Okay. Please let me know why the property was out of compliance for so long.
It was due to a back and forth with the owners and the neighboring property in order to come up with a solution for the property. Originally, there was plans for redevelopment after the code case had been instilled. But going forward, I believe that the ultimate decision based on the easement agreement between the church next door and our access to the property being taken away, the owners of our property had decided to have the building demolished, which ultimately led to the permit, the permitting process with the demolition. But we have since had that all completed, and I believe the owner is just requesting a reduction in total fines due.
A reduction of what?
Total fines owed, I believe.
Okay, so you're asking for a waiver of the fines or?
Correct, yes.
Or a reduction?
Waiver would be preferred.
Okay. All right.
The city is recommending an administrative cost of $1,836.
Okay. All right, I'll reduce to city cost of $1,836.
Does that include administrative?
That's everything.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, on page 7, property address 201 Northeast 16th Ave, owner Barbie NV LLC, case number BE 241101168. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 8/7/25.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, work without permit for addition to extend dining room towards the east and to create new bathroom east of Florida room. Removed partitions separating closet and utility room adjacent to Florida room. New kitchen layout and renovations, reconfiguration. Bathroom between bedrooms was removed and new bathroom in the east bedroom was added. Floor raised and bedroom fourth bathroom added at the north side of the building. New opening created. Attached roof structure above driveway at south side of the building. An accessory structure adjacent to the pool. The case was created on November 27, 2024. Inspection report mailed to the property owner January 21st, 2025. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter, and for the final order to be recorded. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record. You just turned it off. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Rocio Maya. I'm representing the owner of the property. He's not
Okay.
here.
Is he in agreement to bring the property into compliance by getting the necessary permits within 119
Yes.
days?
The property was acquired with those renovations done before from a previous owner. So this is something that we are trying to fix.
All
We
right.
have hired the architect, engineer, and we are working. We have already run the first round of permits or something.
Okay, 119 days or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 11. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address, 105 North Federal Highway, owner JCHS 105 Property LLC, case number BE 25010205. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/25. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case was opened for expired permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.3.2.1 for expired permit for change of use from business to school. Case opened on October 10, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on February 5, 2025. Final notice was mailed. Notice of hearing was mailed on March 19, 2025. We have been in contact with Ms. Hope for this case. We are asking to the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record. Good morning.
Good morning, Hope Calhoun. We don't object to the 63 days.
63 days and $100 a day thereafter.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 13. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1921 Northwest 14th Ave, owner 1921-1941 Northwest 14th Ave, LLC, case number BE 241-001, excuse me, 159. Notice posted at the property on 4/2/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 8/7/25. Your Honor, at this time, there's not a respondent here for it, but we do have one of our police officers that has testimony for this, and she has to get back to work.
Okay.
Is that one? It's mean. Yes, that one. No, it's not. One moment, please.
Josh, I believe read the wrong case in. No, it's not your fault.
We're going to scratch that one from the record for now.
Case BE 25010047.
Can you give me the page number?
The address, sorry?
Is it 3?
Yes, 3419 Southwest 12th Court.
Okay, let me read it in, please.
Okay.
Our next case is on page 13, property address 3419 Southwest 12th Court, case number BE 25010047, owner Wenceslao A. Cintron. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property has been cited under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit, and Florida Building Code 2023, Section 111.1.1 for garage converted into a living area. The case was opened in January 7, 2025. Inspection report was made on January 10, 2025. Notice of hearing was made on March 19, 2025. We have been in contact with the property owner, Mr. Cintron, and building permits are submitted last week. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. I will let the detective Steele speak regarding this case.
Detective Stellini Hayes, Fort Lauderdale Police Department. This case was brought to my attention by our auto theft detectives that had served a search warrant at the property. They're the ones that discovered that the garage had been converted into a living quarters and that they were renting it out to 2 people that had lived there.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'll grant 119 days or $100 a day thereafter. And thank you, Detective, for your time.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 30. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 820 Southwest 30th Street. Owner, Yurlane Petit Frere. Case number BE 2406-0016. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requested to impose the full amount of $7,650, which continues to accrue.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case is not complied. The owner of the property, they have submitted an application for a structural permit for the shed, BLD-GEN 2502-0053, which is awaiting client reply. The application is currently not approved. The city is requesting the fines to be imposed.
Please state your name for the record.
Yulaine Petit-Frere.
Andrew Jumay.
Okay, can you give me a status on what's going on with the property?
The survey, everything was uploaded, but I don't know what's going on with the app. Every time I call, they say they don't see it, they see it, they don't see it. I went down there, they told me I had to download Google Chrome to use the app. So when I finally downloaded Google app, I was able to find Plan Room, and they still haven't showed anything, but I have everything here electronically, all the certificates, all the everything that's needed.
Okay, so you're just waiting for the permit to issue?
Yes.
Okay, is that consistent with what you have, Inspector?
Yes.
Okay, all right. How much time are you thinking?
How much time do you think you're going to need to do this? Because you need an approval of an NOA approval for the shed. You need.
I started to fill up I put flood flaps. I sent the ICCPS certificate. I sent all that stuff. I elevated it. I got the certificate.
You got the certificate for the elevation of the shed?
Yes. I sent it to them. They told me I needed a couple corrections. I got the corrections. I sent it back, and I still haven't heard from Viola.
Okay.
56 days?
56 days works for me.
Okay. I'll give you an extension for 56 days and suspend the fines during that time. You're welcome.
But about
well, you're ahead.
Our next case is on page 27. Chief Martinez, property address 1600 Southeast 15th Street, owner Plaza 15 Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 231-00101. This case was first heard on 5/23/24. To comply by 11/19/24. One section complied at $100. City total accrued fines $4,400. The city is requesting to reduce the administrative costs of $1,275.
Chief Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The case is compliant. We're going to let the representative speak.
Good morning. My name's Carl Valentine, president of 1500 or 1600 Southeast.
Okay, are you in agreement with the reduction of fines to
no,
city
actually,
costs?
ma'am, I feel the association feels that we did not receive due process. I was unaware that there were any issues with the city that we're out of compliance during our 50-year inspection. I instructed the engineer to turn in documentation. He turned it in late. So I do believe that's when the fine started. If I can approach, I have the paperwork here. That first piece of paper that was taped to the door was my first knowledge that we had fines accruing. I reached out to Inspector Martinez. I did not have any phone calls. On a return, it also looks like, let me get some other notes here. Before 12/20/24, instructed engineer to furnish the city that the project was still ongoing. It looks like that was not received until 1/23/25. The project was completed. The last pay app was 4/29/25. The project was substantially complete. The engineer's certified date was 4/21/25. It appears he did not submit until 7/2/25. I did submit an email to the city expressing my dissatisfaction with the process. Then it looks like we came into compliance and we were approved on 7/24/25. I believe you have that. And that notice was emailed to me. I'm wondering why we were not informed to give a notice and it was taped to the door. But you can attach to us that we were complied then and get it in an email. So I asked the association, that this administrative fee be set aside.
So is it your argument, sir, that because your engineer made multiple submissions late, somehow you were denied due process?
Correct. We were not informed that the engineer had filed late or was not on time.
That's not the city's responsibility to do that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to oppose city costs of $1,275.
Can this decision be appealed and take this to trial?
Please, Circuit Court.
Very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 4. Inspector Severian Anescu. Case number property address 91 Northeast 17th Court, BE 250202. Owner Mario Priola. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/25. Notice posted. This is a new business case.
Inspector Severian Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited under Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to wood balcony structure. This case was opened on February 20th of this year. Inspection report was mailed on February 21st. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on March 28th. In response to a complaint regarding roofing work being performed without proper permits, a site inspection was conducted. Upon arrival, the following was observed. The roofing company was present on site, but additional work was identified. Active removal of the wood balcony structure on the second story of this townhome. No valid permits posted or issued for the balcony removal at the time of the inspection. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day. They will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Mario Priola.
Okay, Mr. Priola, are you in agreement with bringing the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day as requested by the city?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our next case, is also on page 4. Property address 87 Northeast 17th Court. Owner Richard L. Henson. Case number BE 25020205. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/25. Posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Severian Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to wood balcony structure. This case was opened on February 20th of this year. Inspection report was mailed on February 21st of this year. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on March 28th. In response to a complaint regarding roofing work being performed without proper permits, a site inspection was conducted. Upon arrival, the following was observed. The roofing company was present on site, but additional work was identified. Active removal of the wood balcony structure on the second story of this townhome. No valid permits posted or issued for the balcony removal at the time of this inspection. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record, sir.
Richard Henson.
Okay, Mr. Henson, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days? Thank you very much for your cooperation, sir.
Our next case is on page 5. It's the next one. Severian. 95 Northeast 17th Court. Owner Middle River Townhouses Association, Inc. Case number BE 25020198. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/25. Posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Severian Ionescu, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was citing as a violation of the Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to stucco and siding repair. This case is violation is for the association. This case was opened on February 20th. Inspection report was mailed on February 26th. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on March 28th. In response to a complaint regarding unpermitted roofing activity, a site visit was conducted with Inspector Alvarez. Upon arrival, the following exterior alterations were observed. Stucco application. Fresh stucco had been applied to the demising wall extending up to the roof overhang. The contractor confirmed installation of wire lat and felt paper backing beneath the stucco. Siding was actively being removed down to the exterior wood wall members on all units. The contractor was instructed to secure the exposed building envelope to prevent weather. Contractor acknowledges and stated that the job site would be secure accordingly. A review of permitting record revealed no permit application was ever issued for this work. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name again for the record.
Richard Henson.
Okay, Mr. Henson, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Our next case is on page 9, Senior Inspector Alessandro Borges, property address 1428 Northeast 4th Ave, owner Wicked Schmott Holdings LLC, case number BE 241100059. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/25, posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Alexander Labores, building inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, work without permit for interior alterations, partitions removed, new pizza oven, gas line to pizza oven, and kitchen hood exhaust, including electrical. The case was created on November 13, 2024. The inspection report mailed December 10, 2024. Final notice January 21st, 2025. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists, to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter, and for the final order to be recorded. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Gary Bouvier.
You're in agreement to bring the property into compliance within the time requested by the city?
I'm just not sure how long this takes. I got the I had a tenant in the property.
Okay.
When I got the notice was 3/18. I live in Thailand half the year. I was in Thailand from 3/10. I flew back on June 10 for this reason. Basically, the tenant is no longer at the property. So since I called Mr. Alvarez, as soon as I got back into town, once this was on the door when I was president in the United States, and I got the architect plans done, which were around $70-something, and I hired a contractor, and he submitted all the permits, BLD-GEN 2580118, and this was done last week. I don't know if, because I'm new at this, if 63 days is enough to get the permits issued and get the re-inspections. It's my first time being here.
Okay.
Yeah, we will review your construction documents in approximately 30 days. So if your submittal, if there's no deficiencies, in theory, you would get a permit. If there's deficiencies, what will happen is the permit holder is going to get notified. There's going to be comments, and then it goes back to your architect. At that point, if he takes a day or 30 days or 60 days to address those comments, then that comes back to us. And then the next question is, were all the comments addressed? So you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah,
your contractor and your architect, it's in part going to control how long the process is going to take. But in theory, it could also be resolved in 30 days. We're supporting 63-day extension. There's some gas lines And
Okay, so what you want to do is to first of all make sure that the people you have working for you are doing their job. Secondly, if you're not going to be ready at 63 days by 63 days, make sure that you well in advance of that you contact the inspector and request an
Thank you.
extension.
Would you like a notice to reappear, or?
No, I should be good. I'll just contact the inspector.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 18. Chief Martinez, property address 417 Southeast. Jorge? Oh, they put L. Oh, sorry. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 417 Southeast 16th Street. Owner, FLL 401 Investment LLC. Case number BE 2501-0132. Notice posted at the property on 4/11/25. Posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to 2 kitchenettes, multiple mini splits, and 2 impact windows. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Luis Daniel Arroyo.
Okay, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of, did you say 150? 50? Okay, $50 a day thereafter.
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you so much for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 29. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 705 Southwest 20th Street. Owner, Michelle Joy Duke, Samuel Jose Gonzalez. Case number BE 2406-0127. This case was first heard on 10/17/24 to comply by 12/19/24. 3/20/24, 30/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,500. The city is requesting to reduce the administrative cost of $1,091.
Andrew Gabbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to the administrative costs.
Please state
I
your
will
name.
allow the
Samuel
respondent. I'm
Gonzalez.
sorry.
Okay, please state your name for the
Samuel
record.
Gonzalez.
Okay, are you in agreement with the reduction to city costs?
What is that?
Well, your fine was $4,500. The city's agreeing to take administrative costs of $1,091.
When I was here the last time, I spoke with the other lady that was next to you, the lady with the long black hair, and she said that as long as I come into compliance, that she would waive the administration. So that's
Okay.
no, not you. The other lady that was next to you. Yes, skinny lady. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
No.
I'm sure it wasn't
No, it wasn't
me.
you.
I never promised to waive anything until somebody comes into compliance.
If it's $1,000, it's $1,000. You know, I just want. This is like been crazy for me. And the thing is, like controlling your website, it's like you have to be a robot engineer or something. Every time that I've submitted a file, I have to go to the city and have them upload it themselves, and then pay an extra fee of $5 for the city to apply it. And then I've even had inspectors at my house, in front of my house, which I have on video. They pull up to the front of my house. I guess they failed me, and then they left. And then I had to pay a re-inspection fee of $167. And then on the last leg of my issue, we had the building office, number 4, which is Laura, the best person you have working there. She helped us with everything, and then there was another lady. My wife sent an email to you guys. We're still waiting for the city to respond. We haven't gotten the exit survey. When the whole permits are done, they send you an exit survey. Well, we sent an exit survey to them, and then the lady that was there telling us that we had to go and get another survey to have the room elevated. And then my wife consistently talked with one of the inspectors and told her that that's not absolutely true. So this lady would have caused us more fines, and we wouldn't have been completed. Now we're completed. If the fines are $1,000, the fines are $1,000. I just want to get this over with.
The city supports eliminating the fines altogether.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
Thank you.
waive the fines.
Okay.
That's it. You're done.
Appreciate it.
Our next case, also Inspector Andrew Gebbia on page 31. Property address 2109 Northeast 62nd Street. Owner, DeCasa & Co., LLC. Case number BE 2407-0147. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 123/25. Fines suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,900. The city requests to reduce to administrative costs of $1,137.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case is complied. The city is requesting the fines to be reduced to the administrative costs of $1,137. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record. There you go.
Priscilla Vasconcelos.
Okay. Are you in agreement with the reduction of fines to administrative costs?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 32. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 3401 Southwest 16th Street. Case number BE 2407-0169. Owner, Lucas Nieto, Liza M. Del Castillo. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. Fines suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $3,100. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,181.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case has complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to administrative costs of $1,181. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Lucas Nieto, good morning.
Good morning. Are you in agreement with the reduction from $3,100 to city costs of $1,181?
No, I would like to request that the fees be waived given the history of the case. Andrew, you and I were in contact several times, and last time that I was here, one of the issues we kept having is that the case got put into a non-attached category, but the structure was attached, and every time we kept calling zoning, we would not get a response and we would not get a call back, and that was the delay. In June, finally, she was able to, in one of the phone calls, someone picked up. We spoke with David Dunshee, and then once she got on the phone with David Dunshee, it was like an hour-long phone call. He moved the case from non-attached to attached. He gave her the new rules that applied, and within 4 weeks, we became compliant. So on our side, I think you have seen that we're communicative, we're expressive, we were never hiding. So that's why we're asking for your leniency in waiving the fees, given the fact that the delays were never because we refused to start our work. And obviously, working with the engineers every single time is like a milking cow.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking for leniency.
All right. Anything else?
I agree with everything that he said because that's true. It did happen.
All right. I'll waive the fine.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 17. Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 1220 North Andrews Ave. Case number BE 2502-0161. Owner, Colton Garrett here. Probably wrong. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/25. Posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Morning. Preston Mark, Bill Inspector of the City, presenting case and address is read. This property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. This building was illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits, including the remodel of kitchen, bathroom, electrical work, and also the installation of an EV charger. The case was opened 2/5/25. Inspection report mailed 2/18/25. Special magistrate notice mailed 3/28/25. I visited this property but was unable to get access to the home. However, during our investigation, we did obtain evidence that the interior of the home was remodeled, including the kitchen, bathroom, as I mentioned, EV charger, etc. I spoke with the owner, Mr. Hayer, on one occasion, but to date, we have no record of any permits being pulled for this work. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or fine of $50 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Colton Heyer.
Okay, Mr. Heyer, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 30. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 1949 Riverside Drive, 1-2. Owner Eddie Jimenez, case number BE 240700281. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 123/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,150. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,137.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to the administrative costs of $1,137. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record. You're on. Oh, no, you just heard. Oh, okay.
Yes, good afternoon. Eddie Jimenez, property owner for 1949 Riverside Drive.
Are you in agreement with the reduction to city costs?
I want to request a reduction to the administrative costs. I wasn't even aware that it was accruing fines to begin with. I'm in the process now of closing out the permits. And I think a better use of the administration fees would be to use it to make the corrections that I need to do to come into compliance because there are some things that I need to.
I thought he was in compliance.
He is in compliance.
I'm sorry, not compliance. There's for example, I have to do some electrical bonifications to get permitted to finalize a permit. I was just
You're in compliance.
I understand, but I'm saying the administration fees are $1,100, correct?
Right.
So,
yes, but you're doing extra work.
I'm not doing extra work. The inspector came.
Yeah, me too.
The inspector came. He says, "Oh, look, this needs to be fixed because to match the permitting that we did, and that's basically it. I have to use that money now to pay for that."
I'm so confused because to be in compliance, your permits should be closed.
No, I'm in the permitting process right now. I'm not permitting. I'm in the inspection process.
No, we comply the case once the permit's issued. He's entitled to 180 days.
Yeah.
So he's in a.
So it's issued. So he's in compliance.
Yes,
he's in compliance because the permit was issued. He now has an active permit where he's completing the work. When he called for inspections, the work was not according to the approved plans, and he's in the process of making those corrections to the field inspectors based on the field inspector's observation.
Okay.
Please state your name for the record.
Joe Pasquarello, assistant building official.
Okay. Anything else from the city?
No.
Do you have a financial hardship that you can't pay for this?
Well, yeah, I'm already $15,000 plus into this just between the engineer, the drawings, the permit fees, the after the fact. It's tough. I don't have unlimited funds.
Yeah, that's what happens when you work without a permit. It snowballs.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on top of that, the city sends a tax bill for another $1,000 on top. So it's like I'm getting hits from everywhere.
Yeah. I think under the circumstances, the city costs are fair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Preston Mark on page 26. Excuse me. Property address 2021 Southwest 38th Ave, case number BE 2407 0176. Owner, Robert Flowers Revocable Livable Trust. This case was first heard on 2/2025. To comply by 6/19/25. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,200, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The part of this case involving the installation of a shed at the rear of the property within the setback has been removed, and I have complied this section of the case. I will allow the respondents to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Natalie Flowers.
Okay. Ms. Sowers, I understand you're here to request an extension.
We'd like to request an extension and a waiver of the fines.
I'm not going to waive any fines until your property is in compliance. So that would have to be addressed at a later date, okay?
We have everything filed in for the variance. The sheds, the biggest part of it, the shed's removed. The variance, we just submitted the last part of it.
We were just curious to know, even if the variance is pending, it's currently pending, and they were requesting additional information that we misunderstood, or my father was confused on the information that they were requesting, there's no way that we can mitigate or waive the fines today. Because, from the beginning, nobody advised him that the Massey hearing was an option for him to request this. So from the actual deadline date, which was on June 20th, he never had the opportunity to request to waive the fines or at least put a pause, because they misled him to believe that the variance hearing was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will listen to all of this once the property is in compliance.
Okay.
Right now, I'm willing to give you an extension, and I'll suspend the fines during that time.
Okay.
But you need to tell me how much you think you need, and the city needs to be heard if they object.
200 days.
20 days?
200.
Oh, 200 days, forget it.
When is your variance application for?
It's in right now. We're just waiting for the
What month?
to say that
The date that we submitted the payment for the application when we processed it, I have a receipt somewhere in here, but first week of August, I think it was on August 7th or something like that.
We suggest 63 days, Your Honor. That should be plenty to be.
All right. I'm going to give you 63 days, and do you want an order to reappear?
The city will support 62 days extension and to stay the fines.
Okay. 63 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time.
Can I approach you? Let me give this to you. If you don't mind.
So there's no opportunity for us to reappear that's what I'm trying to understand.
You've requested an extension, and I've given you that extension for 63 days, and I've suspended the fines during that time. If that time turns out to be insufficient for you to get this done, you can always request a further extension, but you must do it timely.
But as far as waiving the fines,
I'm not going to waive the fine.
even
It's
after
the third
I'm just
time I've said that.
I know. I'm just trying to understand. After the time period, are we able to request a waiver?
When
of
your
fines?
property is in compliance, then you come back and you tell me all this stuff,
Okay.
and I will
That's
work
what I
with you to try to reduce the fine for you.
Okay.
All right. The 60 days is not very long.
That's what they
city's
did.
kind of slowed this down a little bit.
Thank you for your time.
Okay.
All right. Whatever.
All right. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 20, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 2603 Southwest 13th Court, case number BE 2407-0391, owner Luis Alberto Cushpi, homestead exempted, Lucia Azucena Tombacolino, notice posted at the property on 4/22/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 8/7/25.
Yeah.
What? Oh. You swear me. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Do you swear and affirm to transfer from English to Spanish and Spanish to English? Thank you. Truthfully. Thank you.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: driveway, roof patio, shed, concrete on back of the patio, pool, bathroom and kitchen remodel, and recess lights. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I've been in contact with the complainant, and they already submitted permits. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Inspector, can you explain the
First, ask them to state their name for the record.
¿Puede decir el nombre para el récord, por favor? Luis Quispe.
Lucía Lino.
Okay. Ustedes están siendo citados por violación del Florida Building Code 2023, sección 105.1, por alteraciones que se le ha hecho al building, trabajo sin permiso, que incluye driveway, el techo del patio tiene un shed concreto en la parte de atrás, en un patio, piscina, remodelación de baño, cocina, y tiene unas luces en el ceiling de la casa. La ciudad está pidiendo al magistrado que le demos una extensión de 119 días para traer la propiedad para corregir esta deficiencia, o $50 de multa por día cuando se concluya el periodo de los 119 días. ¿Entienden esa parte? Sí. Yeah. ¿Tienen algo que decirle al magistrado? ¿Están de acuerdo? They agree to 119-day extension or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Jorge, you have the next case. On page 19, property address 1115 Northwest 4th Ave. Owner Jessica Dodson. Case number BE 24120105. Did I say the address? Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Notice posted. Thank you. Notice posted at the property on 4225. Notice posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 8725. Thank you.
Can you repeat the address?
1115 Northwest 4th Ave.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: a fence, a driveway, and carport enclosure. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Jessica Dodson.
Okay, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, the city is going to take a 5-minute recess. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Our next case is on page 25, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 808 Southwest 26th Street. I'm sorry. Owner Tracy and Kyle Huff. Case number BE 23120078. This case was first heard on 6/20/24 to comply by 8/22/24. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,450. City requests administrative costs of $1,741.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting that fines be imposed for administrative fees of $1,741. The respondent is here to speak.
Please
morning.
state your name.
Name's
Good
Kyle
morning.
Huff.
Okay. Are you in agreement with the reduction to city costs of $1741?
I am, thank you.
Thank you.
So will you guys send me an invoice to the home?
Yeah,
Is
you'll
that
get
what-
an order and it'll give
Great.
you instructions.
Have a good day, guys.
Very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is on page 15, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 784 West Evanston Circle. Owner Tony Augusti. Case number BE 24110060. Notice posted at the property on 5/1/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25. This is a new business case.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for two violations, Florida Building Code 2023, 111.1.1. The use and occupancy of this dwelling was changed from an originally an occupied single-family residence to include an enclosed carport addition for a master suite and without obtaining the required permits and occupancy from the building department. The second violation was 105.1. The building was altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits. This included the remodel of a kitchen and bathroom in the area mentioned above. The case was opened 11/13/2024. Inspection report mailed 11/15/2024, and special magistrate notice mailed 3/19/2025. I visited this property but was unable to get access. The complainant also indicated that the addition, including the garage, was not permitted. We, during our investigation, obtained evidence that the interior of the home was remodeled, including the kitchen, bathroom. There was also the enclosed carport, which was not permitted, and also the inspections were missing. I spoke with the owner, Tony Augusti, who indicated that he was able to get this area of the addition permitted. However, the permit expired. He's now in the process of renewing the permit, and hopefully he will have all inspections to obtain the CO. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I will have the respondents speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Tony August.
Okay. Are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or pay a fine of $50 a day?
Yes. In regards to kitchen and remodels, those are just original cabinets. There wasn't no remodeling like that. It just was painted over. In regards to the garage closure, I already got an engineer, so it'll take me less than the days you're requesting to get this all situated.
Okay. All right. I'm sure they can work that out with you. Okay. All right. 119 days or $50 a day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah. Does good work.
Our next case is also on page 15. Property address 801 Northeast 4th Ave. Owner, Michael Ferber. Case number BE 250200101. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/25. Notice posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for two violations, 111.1.1 under Florida Building Code 2023. The use and occupancy of this building has been changed from the originally permitted classification as a commercial building to a livable dwelling unit, which included a kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. The dwelling was changed without obtaining the required certificate of occupancy. There's also a second violation, 105.1 under Florida Building Code 2023. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits. This includes the interior alteration of a warehouse into a livable space with kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. The case was opened 2/10/2025, inspection report mailed 2/11/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 3/19/2025. I visited this property assisted by Fire Safety Inspector Cedric Daniels. We met with the property owner, Michael Faber, who indicated that he has been living at this location for about a year. He did give us access to enter the unit, and I visibly observed that the warehouse has been converted into livable space. I took one photo of the interior of the structure, at which time Mr. Faber refused to let me inspect the property any further. I recently spoke with Dylan, who is assisting Mr. Faber with the resolution of this violation. He has indicated that he has submitted permits under permit number BLDGN 250-80051, which is currently in review. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Yes, Dylan Legai with Zamo Enterprises, representing the client.
Okay, is your client in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $100 a day?
Yes, he is.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Our next case is on page 16, property address 1009 Northeast 18th Street, owner SK Collective LLC, case number BE 25020162. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited under Florida Building Code 105.1. The building has been altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to interior home remodel, kitchen, bathroom, windows and doors, a garage enclosure, AC installation, and also plumbing and electrical work. The case is open 2/14/2025, inspection report mailed 2/19/25, and special magistrate notice mailed 3/28/2025. During my investigation, we obtained evidence that the interior of this home was remodeled, including the garage enclosure, the kitchen and bathroom, and also the windows and doors new windows and doors were installed. There's also a new AC unit, electrical work, and plumbing work done. A stop work order was posted on the property. I thereafter met with the owner, Sharice McCormack, and have had several conversations with her and her architect regarding the bringing this property in compliance. At present, there are 4 permits in process awaiting corrections. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. Respondent is here to speak.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Sharice McCormack.
Okay, Ms. McCormack, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 119 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, on page 11, property address 375 Idlewild Drive. This case is closed. Is there a respondent here for 375 Idlewild Drive? Oh, okay. Well, they sign? Yeah, that's weird, right? Okay. Page 5, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. I'm sorry, page 26, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1405 Northeast 4th Court. Owner, Saeed Tasharofi, case number BE 2312-0132. This case was first heard on 6/20/24 to comply by 9/19/24. Fine suspended is noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requested to impose the full amount of $7,750, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. Records show that one of the required permits is still in process and has not yet been issued. Had several conversations with the owner. My last conversation was on the 18th of this month. The city is not opposed to any extension. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Saeed Tasharufi.
Okay. How much time, longer do you think you need?
I think within this next week or so, really, I should be able to get this. It's just he looked for a specific document, but I was on vacation, so I uploaded it recently, 2 days ago.
What the city recommends?
We'll support 28 days extension and state the fines.
Okay. I'm going to give you 28 days and suspend the fines during that time. If something happens and you're not going to be ready in 28 days, make sure you contact the inspector, okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Pardon?
He has one more case.
Oh, sorry.
Our next case is also on page 26, property address 1409 Northeast 4th Court. Tasharofi. This case was first heard on 6/20/24 to comply by 9/19/24. Fine suspended is noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,650. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,275.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. This is a sister case, sister property to the case prior. The city is requesting that the fines be imposed administrative fees of $1,275.13. The respondent is here to speak.
Okay, please state your name again for the record.
Saeed Tasharufi.
Okay, are you in agreement with the reduction to city costs?
Yes.
Courtney, what case did you sign in for, or are you here for? Did you sign in? It's on page 11. Oh. Did she sign in, Brenda? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not here. Okay. Page 22, Senior Inspector Alexander Juarez, property address 401 Northeast 5th Terrace, owner Roller Place LLC, case number BE 24110019. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. One section complied at $250. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $15,250.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating your case number and address is read. The case is complied. The respondent is here to speak.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Courtney Kresh on behalf of the property owner. We would like for Your Honor to consider reducing the fines to administrative costs. This was a 2016 change of use permit issued, inspected, closed for a business changing to the bar operation. it got in 2016 and 17 zoning sign off for a business tax and was operating. It was noted pursuant to this case that the contractor never actually, even though it was an existing space, obtained a CO, which was required for the change of use. That was the case for which Magistrate Cannon gave an extension in January. The 63 days should have been sufficient. However, the contractor may not be in business, was non-responsive. So we needed to request a change of contractor after the passage of time, giving the contractor not time to respond, and then immediately void the prior contractor's permits and submit for the CO, to obtain the CO. That took through March, and then to void the permits until May when you see compliance. So I believe that both originally in 2016, the owner went through by hiring a licensed contractor. Again, it didn't get a CO. I don't know if the contractor knew one was required for an existing building. But again, when brought to the attention of the property owner, they immediately engaged the new licensed professional and moved diligently. So we would like you to consider not imposing any fines, and I understand there are always administrative costs.
Okay.
The city supports reducing the cost to administrative costs of $883, Your Honor.
Okay. So ordered.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good day.
My apologies for that, Courtney. I'm sorry, ma'am. What case was what page? 28. Your Honor, I'm going to call on page 28. 3055, correct? Okay. She's the property manager, but she doesn't have the power of attorney. So we're just going to have her listen to the case.
Okay.
Okay. Chief Martinez, page 28, property address 3055 Harbor Drive, owner Harbor Ridge Place Condo Association, Inc., case number BE23070155. This case was first heard on 1/18/24 to comply by 7/16/24. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fine $7,900. Fines were imposed on 9/19/24. The city is requesting to vacate the order from 9/19/24 and reimpose fines to administrative costs of $1,275.
Chief Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. City is requesting, the case is complied. City is requesting to vacate the first order and to impose administrative cost of $1,275.
Okay.
Thank you.
So ordered.
Okay, that concludes all of our respondents. Moving back to page 1, Inspector Katie Williams, property address 1430 Northeast 62nd Street, owner Niket C. Garcia Gonzalez, case number BE24070394. Notice posted at the property on 4/24/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Williams, representing on behalf of the city, presenting case and address as read. This case was opened on July 31st of 2024, and the property was inspected on July 31st, 24, and the following violation was cited: 9-1D. Any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for this section. There is construction work at the property that has started or completed without obtaining the required permits, but not limited to a new PVC fence. After researching the permit history, permit BLD-GEN-25040652 was applied for in September of 2024, but is waiting client reply. I have been in communication with the unit owner, and she has been cooperating and trying to submit all the required documents. The city is requesting that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to comply or $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Our next case is also on page 1. Property address 1040 Southwest 30th Street, 1-2. Owner Franco Gonzalez. Inspector Linda Holloway. Case number BE24080265. Notice posted at the property on 5/1/25. Posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Good morning, Inspector Linda Holloway, on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale Building Division, presenting case BE 24080265, property address 1040 Southwest 30th Street. The property was cited on October 1st, 2024 for the following violations as depicted on the photos. 25-13, the swell aerial right-of-way was paved with asphalt without the required engineering permit. Violation 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code should be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at the property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of, but not limited to, driveway and swell paved with no permit. Permits, application BLD-GEN-2502-0367 was applied for on February 28, 2025. The applicant was notified via email on May 13, 2025 that corrections were required. The permit has not been issued or taken out for corrections. The city is requesting 119 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 2. Chief Martinez, property address 350 East Las Olas Boulevard 1. Owner Bradford Allen Las Olas LLC. Case number BE 24080010. Notice delivered via personal service on 5/28/25. Notice posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Chief Martinez, representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extensions for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 450 East Las Olas Boulevard. Owner Bradford Allen Las Olas LLC. Case number BE 25020051. Notice delivered via personal service on 5/28/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Chief Martinez, representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1001 Southeast 16th Street. Owner Harbordale Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 24110049. Notice posted at the property on 5/22/25. Notice posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Chief Martinez, representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, we're going to move to page 31. We have a respondent for Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 3020 North Federal Highway 13. Owner Bain Properties Times Square LLC. Case number BE 24010039. This case was first heard on 7/18/24 to comply by 9/19/24. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. City is requested to impose the full amount of $11,200.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting the fines to be reduced to administrative costs of $1,458.
Okay. Yeah, they're in the middle of inspections right now, so they should be done.
Okay.
We're going to start calling building
Yeah,
permits.
I spoke to Andrew the other day.
All right.
Okay, perfect.
Please state your name for the record.
Oh, Sebeli Nacimiento de Avilar.
Okay, your agreement with the reduction to city cost?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
How many days do we have to pay? Just so I can
You'll get an order in the mail.
30 days? Okay. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 3, Andrew Gebbia. Property address 741 Northeast 19th Ave. Owner Second Layer Equity LLC. Case number BE 25020242. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The permits have not had their inspections and the permits are still expired. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or a $100 a day fine thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1291 Southwest 29th Terrace, case number BE 25020244. Owner, Sullen Equally Adams and Rock A. Boyley Estate. Case number, I'm sorry, I did that. Notice posted at the property on 5/1/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under FBC 2023-105.1. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to multiple rear structures, shade structures. This case was opened on 2/24/25. The inspection report was mailed on 2/28/25. Special magistrate hearing was scheduled on 3/28/2025. There are multiple shade structures in the rear and side yards of this property. I have aerial photos from online showing before and after. I checked records and there are no permits for any structure or shade structure. I've made contact with the owner. She's working on selling the property. She's cleaning it up and she's removing everything in the yard. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 5, Inspector Severian Onescu, case number BE 25020107. Property address 500 Montana Ave, LLC. I'm sorry, that's the owner. Property address 500 Montana Ave. Notice posted at the property on 4/11/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited under violation of Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to re-roof and interior remodeling. Case was opened on February 13 of this year. Inspection report was mailed on March 24. Special magistrate hearing notice was mailed on March 28. Upon arrival of the property, the following conditions were observed. The roof work was started, the terrace was done, and the base sheet was installed. No visible permits were posted on site. Interior alterations, walls were cut into, demolition was started, and there was evidence of electrical and plumbing work that was started. No active permits were found authorizing the work observed on site. Since then, the roof permit was issued and complete. The city is requiring the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 7, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Oh, we did that one, right? 201. Okay. Page 8, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 714 Northeast 18th Ave. Owner MB Land Development Group, LLC. Case number BE 25020091. Notice posted at the property on 4/23/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Alexander Alvarez, building inspector for the city, presenting case number and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, inspections were not completed and the permit was left to expire. City is requesting 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Southwest 18th Ave. Owner Jessica M. and Austin J. Spittler. Case number BE 24120052. Notice posted at the property on 5/1/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, for work without permit for accessory structure at the rear of the property. The case was created on 12/10/2024. Inspection report mailed 12/11/2024. Final notice January 27, 2025. I have been communicating with the owner, who appears to be willing to cooperate to resolve this issue. There's a permit application, record BLD-GEN-25050457 for after-the-fact accessory structure at the rear of the property that has been applied for. The city is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 10, property address 1708 Southwest 10th Court. Owner Eric Guzman, homestead exempted, Michelle Alexandra Dobler, case number BE 25010260. Notice posted at the property on 5/1/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case number and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. Required inspections were not scheduled and permit was left to expire. The city is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 11, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 444 Hendricks Isle 402. Owner Troy Douglas Ballard, case number BE 25010120. Notice posted at the property on 4/11/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case was open for expired permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.3.2.1, for a permit for remodel kitchen and master bedroom. The case was opened in January 13, 2025. Inspection report was mailed on January 21st, 2025. Notice of hearing was mailed on March 19, 2025. We don't be in contact with the property owner. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists, to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 12, property address 981 Southwest 31st Street. Owner Patrick and Tracy Seppi, case number BE 24120030. Notice posted at the property on 5/1/25. Notice posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property has been cited under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit for a metal structure and driveway and a structure in the backyard. The case was opened on December 6, 2024. Inspection report was mailed on December 13, 2024. Final notice was mailed on January 8, 2025, and notice of hearing was mailed on March 19, 2025. The case is not complied. We have been in contact with the property owner. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists, to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1209 North Andrews Ave. Owner Dario Sankar, case number BE 241000197. Notice posted at the property on 4/2/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Good morning, Magistrate. Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property has been cited under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105, for work without permit for kitchen alteration. The case was opened on October 31st, 2024. Inspection report was made on October 31st, 2024. Final notice was mailed on December 6, 2024. And notice of hearing was mailed on January 3rd, 2025. The case is not complied, and there are permits in process. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered. Moving on to page 13, property address 1921 Northwest 14th Ave, owner 1921-1941 Northwest 14th Ave, LLC, case number BE241-00159. Notice posted at the property on 4/2/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property has been cited under the Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit for kitchen, bathroom alteration, and wood fence replacement. The case was opened in October 28, 2024. Inspection report was mailed on October 31st, 2024. Final notice was mailed on December 6, 2024. Notice of hearing was mailed on March 19, 2025. The case is not complied. We have been in contact with the property owner and permit awaiting client reply. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Inc., case number BE2501-0079. Notice posted at the property on 4/16/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Preston Magdalene, Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. There are several expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting an additional 190 days to come in compliance or fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Sorry, repeat that? Just the last,
$100 a day thereafter.
no, the days.
119.
Okay.
Thank you.
$100. All right, so ordered.
Also, we're still on page 14, sorry. Property address 532 Southwest 24th Ave, case number BE2501-0109. Owner, Margarita Zenia Marquez. Notice posted at the property on 5/2/25. Posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Preston Magdalene, Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023, 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the installation of a PVC fence and paved driveway. The case was opened 11/13/2025. Inspection report mailed 1/16/2025 and special magistrate notice mailed 3/19/2025. During my inspection, I visually observed that a new fence and with gates was built, and the front driveway was paved. I spoke with the owner, Mrs. Marquez, who indicated that she was unaware that a permit is needed for this work. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Our next case, property address 635 Northwest 14th Ave, owner SME Investment Group LLC, case number BE24110126. Notice posted at the property on 4/2/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Preston Mark with an inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.5, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: the remodel of a kitchen, new electrical panel, and the installation of new windows. The case was opened 1/20/2024. Special magistrate, inspection report mailed 11/21/2024, and special magistrate notice mailed 3/19/2025. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 147 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Did you say
147.
Okay.
147 days?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 16, property address 900 River Reach Drive, 501. Owner Carolyn Kemp Estate, case number BE 2502-0077. Notice posted at the property on 4/24/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Preston Mark with an inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. There are several expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 119 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1201 North Andrews Ave. Owner Empire Property Pros LLC. Barbara Gallo F. and Daniel Contreras. Case number BE 2502-0030. Notice posted at the property on 4/2/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Preston Mark with an inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. The building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: complete remodel of the interior, including electrical panel, kitchens, bath, and also new AC unit. The case was opened 2/5/2025. Inspection report mailed 7/7/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 3/19/2025. Our records show that no permits have been pulled for this work, and I have had no contact with the owner. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance, or fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 17, property address 2512 Southwest 34th Ave. Case number BE 2502-0021. Owner Dara DePero. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/25. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Preston Mark with an inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. The property was cited for violation 105.5 under Florida Building Code 2023. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: the remodel of the kitchen, bathrooms, and the rear covered patio. The case was opened 2/5/2025. Inspection report mailed 2/18/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 3/28/2025. I visited the property but was unable to get access. I have had no contact with the owner. We're unable to confirm make any contact with also the contractor, but I did notice that there was a permit pulled for under the Natural Disaster Program, NATDIS PLB 250-30001, which is in progress. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 18, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 631 Poinciana Drive, case number BE 25010071. Owner, Austin Hicks. Notice posted at the property on 4/11/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: canopy in front of the property. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 19, property address 2140 Southwest 36th Ave, case number BE 25010027. Owner, Monica Agostino, Marcos Andre Perez. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: a new addition, a shed, fence, and a roof structure. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property, page 20, property address 2548 Well Harbor Lane, case number BE 24110094. Owner, Melissa Grosvenor. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/7/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: a new concrete driveway. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 21, property address 1021 Southwest 22nd Ave. Owner, Jose David Savelos Norona. Case number BE 24070378. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 7/17/25. Two sections complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $550.
Inspector Martinez, updating case on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is in compliance. The city is requesting for fines to be imposed.
So ordered.
Property address 2240 Southwest 33rd Terrace. Owner, Paola Veronica DeGrave. Case number BE 23070319. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 7/17/25. One section not complied at $100. The city is requested to impose the full amount of $3,400, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 22, property address 517 Coconut Isle Drive. Owner, Mario Moran Monifer. Case number BE 24040157. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 4/17/25. Three sections not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose fines of $18,750, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 23 at the bottom, property address 518 Northwest 13th Ave. Owner, Terra Nova Investments North America, LLC. Case number BE 24070059. This property was cited on 10/8/24 to comply by 10/9/24. One section complied at $200. Appeal deadline 10/23/24. No appeal received. The city is requesting to impose fines of $200.
So ordered.
Page 24, property address. Katie, did you want to say something on any of these or no? Okay. Page 24, property address 518 Northwest 13th Ave. Owner, Terra Nova Investments North America, LLC. Case number BE 24100136. This property was cited on 10/24/24 to comply by 10/25/24. One section complied at $400. Appeal deadline 11/18/24. No appeal was received. City is requesting to impose $400.
So ordered.
Property address 518 Northwest 13th Ave. Owner Terra Nova Investments North America LLC. Case number BE 241000137. This property was cited on 10/24/24 to comply by 10/25/24. One section complied at $400. Appeal deadline 11/18/24. No appeal received. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $400.
So ordered.
Property address 518 Northwest 13th Ave. Case number BE 241100033. Owner Terra Nova Investments North America LLC. This property was cited on 11/6/24 to comply by 11/7/24. One section complied at $400. Appeal deadline 11/21/24. No appeal received. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $400.
So ordered.
Property address 518 Northwest 13th Ave. Owner Terra Nova Investments North America LLC. Case number BE 241100034. This property was cited on 11/6/24 to comply by 11/7/24. One section complied at $400. Appeal deadline 11/21/24. No appeal received. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $400.
So ordered.
Page 25, property address 711 Southwest 17th Street, case number BE 24070379, owner Benicius and Eduarda Denise. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 4/17/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,500. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,038.
So ordered.
Case number BE 23120074. Owner David Wayne Bange. Case number property address 825 Southwest 26th Street. This case was first heard on 9/19/24 to comply by 11/21/24. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requested to impose the full amount of $10,500, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 26 at the top. Property address 1202 Northeast 3rd Ave. Owner George George Papas, Bill Arvanitis. Case number BE 240400094. This case was first heard on 10/17/24 to comply by 1/16/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $3,100. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,228.
So ordered.
Page 27. Why is this case on here? Oh, property address 707 Sandy Ninja Drive, owner City of Fort Lauderdale, case number CE 14121738. This case was first heard on 2/1/18 to comply by 7/31/18. One section complied at $100. City is requesting to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Page 28 at the bottom, property address 3300 East Commercial Boulevard. Case number BE 24080173. Owner, Kalik LLC, in care of Alina Damagian. This case was first heard on 10/17/24 to comply by 4/15/25. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $12,700, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 30. Property address 1919 Sunrise Key Boulevard. Case number BE 24050070. Owner Guy K. Johnson, Dennis D'Alessio. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $7,650. No? Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry. Inspector Andrew Gabbia for 1919 Sunrise Key Boulevard. Go ahead, Andrew.
Say that again?
He wants to request an extension.
Okay.
I've been in recent contact with the owner.
Okay.
So Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case is not complied. I have been in contact with the owner, Dennis, who lives in California. I did an on-site inspection of the garage converted to a bedroom. There was a wall removed, turning the bedroom back to a garage, but I was unable to see what was behind the other wall. So at the time I was there were tenants residing at the house, and I couldn't gain entry into there, but I'm setting up an inspection on Monday to inspect the remaining section of the house, and the city is requesting that the fines be stayed and to give the 35-day extension for a reinspection.
So ordered.
Okay. At this time, Your Honor, we would like to have all the cases listed on page 33 into the record as closed, rescheduled, or withdrawn.
So ordered.
And this concludes our August 21st, 2025 special magistrate hearing for the building division. Thank you.
Yes, I will. I want to, this is the case. Yes. Diana.